My name is Philippa Langley. This short series of films has been done in celebration of the first 100 years of research, the centenary of the Richard III Society. It is one of the oldest and largest historical societies in the world. We hope that you enjoy them. Thank you. The definition of incest was something in the medieval world that was decided by Catholic Church rules. These rules were complicated and were often modified from time to time. So we need to specify that what we are talking about are the rules that applied in the second half of the 15th century. Obviously, rules about kingship existed from antiquity, when it was realised that things didn't go well when close relatives produced children or tried to produce children. The Catholic Church took this idea of incest several stages further and applied rules that made certain types of sexual partnership sinful or illicit. It could be incestuous to have a relationship with a fairly close or fairly distant blood relative, known as consanguinity. Someone whose family you were related to, known as affinity, or even a godparent or one of your children, compaternity. This kind of control was one of the ways power was exerted by the church. It was also a source of considerable income, when the wealthier classes wanted exemptions from the rules. If you had money and status, you could get a dispensation to marry almost anyone other than your immediate family. The bottom line? The word incest in the 15th century did not mean the same as incest today, by which we mean sexual relations with family members such as parent, child, sibling, or grandchild. As for Richard III, we're talking about when he was seeking a wife around the age of 18, long before he was king, and he wished to marry 15-year-old Lady Anne Neville, daughter of the Earl of Warwick. They'd known each other when he was in the Earl's household as a boy. At age 14, she'd been politically married to the Lancastrian Prince of Wales and was widowed when he was killed in battle in 1471. Richard's quest to marry her has become something of a fable because she was hidden away from him by his elder brother George, who disguised her as a kitchen maid. George had married Anne's elder sister, Isabel, and wanted to control the inheritances of both sisters by keeping them both in his household. This was not the only thing standing in their way. They also had to get the king's permission, and he wanted to keep the peace between the brothers. Also, they had to get church dispensation to marry for two reasons. First, through their own blood relationship. They were distant cousins, several times removed. And second, because her marriage to her late husband had introduced a relationship of affinity. He'd been Richard's cousin, even more times removed. We needn't go into all this in detail because both these so-called incestuous relationships could never be dreamt of as incestuous today. And neither relationship was of much concern to the church in 1472 either, when their dispensation was granted immediately that it was applied for and paid for. So you can judge for yourself if you hear it said that Richard's marriage to Anne was incestuous. But some criticisms of Richard try to go further than this, though to date we know of only one historian who has made the next claim, which is that Richard was a serial incester. This was published in a book and repeated in a history magazine. The historian claims to believe it was incestuous for two brothers to marry two sisters, as Richard and his brother George did. Actually, these double marriages occurred in a number of other families. Such things were entirely normal and not forbidden under incest laws. This false claim has been directly refuted by Professor Richard Helmholtz, one of our foremost scholars of medieval church law. So thank you for watching. We hope that these have been helpful. And if you want to find out more about any of these subjects, please visit the Richard III Society website. Thank you.